And this time of year, with all the grass that's available, all the green stuff out there, these animals should be at their healthiest. And so that's a little bit worrisome. I'm gonna act like I didn't see that, because what that was was just a little bit of the devil running through Bucky's. Hey folks, good morning. Lester here. A little bit worried today about Mr. Huck. I pictured him. You can see Mr. Huck's just not looking himself lately. Jamie and I have noticed he's lost some weight, and it's easier to see whenever he's around the other animals. You know, these guys are all close to the same age, and just you can see how thick, you know, they are, and he just looks frail. So he has a little bit of the scours. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like runny poop, animal diarrhea-ish. It's not bad, but all the goats get that on occasion. You know, we sometimes will allow them to eat things that are a little bit out of their diet. We'll throw over some limbs that we've cut off the driveway, or we'll sometimes give them a different kind of feed on occasion, or a little something or another, and they can sometimes get a little tummy issue. And if we figure out what it is, we'll stop doing it right away. But the problem is, Mr. Huck has been not really feeling himself for, I'd say, the last 2 or 3 weeks. And by now, he's lost quite a bit of weight. So he is eating, which is good. He's back to the diet that we've always fed him, which is good. But he just has not put on any weight. So today we're going to go to Tractor Supply and get some things, some B12, some other things that might can help him along. Normally, when you have a goat who's not feeling themselves and they need something, boy, I'm being visited this morning by everybody. It can usually be a worming issue, and so we have to deworm. Most of the time, the dewormer that we use, it works well, but there are some animals that can kind of develop a tolerance to it. Well, the worm can, and you have to try something different. I'm sorry, folks. I know you wanted to hear this video. Now it's a little bit hard to hear because you got Ringo ramming the fence. You got baby goats. You got little ducks and geese who are looking for their breakfast. So I will just get back to Huck in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to spend some time. I'll make this video about kind of the process we're going to go about getting him back to full health, because he's looking pretty bad. He's looking very frail. And this time of year, with all the grass that's available, all the green stuff out there, these animals should be at their healthiest. And so that's a little bit worrisome. I'm going to act like I didn't see that, because what that was just a little bit of the devil running through Bucky's. Bucky's is our Palomino, and you all remember that I got him for Jamie on her birthday 2 years ago. Bucky's is blind in one eye, and so he's been a great addition to everybody around here. But I don't know why he just did that. I don't know why he just thought he'd take off running at Huck and Annie and scare the daylights out of them. But yeah, he did that. But that's all he does. Bucky's not a threat. I think that he just thought that would be funny for video purposes. Maybe he's jealous of a video being about Mr. Huck and not about himself. So, in case you're wondering why I have Bucky's and Voodoo in the front, I want you to look real close at Voodoo's front foot, his hoof. So he had an abscess, and if you don't know what that is, don't ask me. But we had our farrier come out and dig it out, and there's a video about that. I'm not sure if you'll see that video before you'll see this one over here. But Voodoo's been worked on. Believe it or not, he has duct tape wrapped around his hoof that has to come off in a couple of days. And so the vet said separate these guys from the donkeys, because as you know, we have some donkeys that can be quite mean. And if a donkey, this is gonna sound bad, folks, I hate to put this off on the donkeys, but donkeys are a lot like humans in some ways. And if they notice someone is weaker, then they take advantage of that. And it's a really, really sad thing that donkeys do. And I hate to even let you guys know that, but not all animals are lovable and kind and sweet and friendly. But yeah, so we've been asked to move Voodoo and Bucky's away from the donkeys for a couple of days and give Voodoo time to heal. And so that's what we're doing now. So, okay, back to Mr. Huck. He's gone to his Annie for protection. Annie's going to protect him from any more of those little outbursts like you just saw from Bucky's. And Jamie and I are going to give him a dewormer. We're going to have a different one that we're going to try this time, one that's a little bit more potent, a little more powerful. But yeah, you can see how frail he looks. And that breaks my heart because he's such a sweet little guy, a great addition around here. And compared to the other goats, he's just, he's not healthy looking. And so we're going to take care of that. All right.
All right, so I got all of our meds for Huck too. He's sprinkling. And he won't let me walk out in the rain from Tractor Supply. Kind of sweet. Okay, it's a lot sweet. Okay. We are getting ready to treat Mr. Huck for all kinds of things, but mostly because he's not thriving like he was. He looks very frail and weak. We've done a couple bouts of different wormers. So the vet recommended some different things here. So first, we're also going to worm him again. He is going to get a dose of what is called clay gel. It's for upset stomach. He's going to get a dose of Power Punch, which is a high dose of electrolytes, kind of like Pedialyte for kids. And a vitamin B complex. This has some B12 in it, B1, and probiotics. And that is also to help balance out his little tummy. He's had quite a bit of scours or diarrhea. And it doesn't matter what we feed him or how much he eats, he's not doing well. So I'm getting ready to draw this up, and Lester is putting him into a stall in the barn so that we can administer this, because it's not going to be fun. All of it has to go in his mouth, and I'm betting some of it doesn't taste very well.
Yeah. So check it out. We're making really good use of our little quarantine stall. Today, our first patient, I know that sounds so sad, is Mr. Huck. Hey, move along. This is for Mr. Huck, not for you.
Don't be jealous.
So Mr. Huck has not been feeling too good lately. And I'm going to drop his feed right there. So we've been worried about him. He's lost some weight. And we've been watching him for the last couple of days. And he has the scours pretty bad. We've dewormed him a couple of times using different stuff. And today, this is crazy. Jamie has an entire concoction. What do they call that when they give those folks an entire cocktail?
Yeah, Huck's getting a cocktail.
Huck is getting his own cocktail of all kinds of stuff, folks. That's going to make him feel better. Now, I'm encouraged that he's eating. So that always makes me feel good. I tell you what, Jamie can start doing whatever she's going to start doing. But I have always heard from the time my sons were young, and I was always worried about them for this and that. Want me to hold anything out of the dirt?
No.
I've always heard from my doctor, and I've also heard from the veterinarian. Look at this girl, go!
One in.
They've always said you watch an animal's demeanor to kind of tell about their health and their well-being. Oh, he doesn't like that one. What was that?
That was the
my gosh, buddy.
Electrolyte drench.
Oh. Well, so even though he's had a little bit of the scours these last couple of days,
sorry, buddy.
He's been eating really good. I'm going to get out of the way so I can help hold him. I feel bad you doing it by yourself. I'm going to hold him by the horns here.
Got it?
Uh-huh. And Jamie.
Okay, that one's done.
Talked to our vet, and she gave her some ideas
Okay.
What is that thing? That thing is huge. Is that for a goat or for this cow over
For
here?
everybody, but he doesn't get it all. So if you notice, I didn't go all the way in on that. That's actually
Oh,
for
so it
me.
has. Yeah, these are this is
look.
cool. So these are the measurements, folks. Yes.
So he only gets 10 milliliters. So we'll go from the 10 to the 20 on him.
Okay, for 10 milliliters. Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. Okay. And so
And
that
this
you
is
can
gonna be the hardest one
you
because
can
it's very thick.
you can reuse it again then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, some folks may not want to watch it, so I'll give a warning ahead of time for folks because it may seems like it's like distressful.
All right.
There you go. All right, let him go.
We made it. We did all 4.
So it may seem like he's in
Sorry.
distress, and you tell he doesn't like that. No one likes to be told you have to eat this. And hey, which kid likes to take their medicine? Which kid enjoys taking medicine?
I know there's some, and those families are very blessed.
Here, okay, I'm
Huck did
sorry.
really well, actually.
There, I'm sorry.
He's like, this is a joke. I don't want to eat anything after that.
I'm giving you a chance to eat for free. Not for free, but free from other animals pushing up against
He's like,
you.
I just actually went out. I'm done.
He's
Sorry,
like,
baby.
forget the quarantine stall. Maggie and Trixie are intimidating me. They're laughing at me.
I'm sorry.
I want to keep him over here for a little bit and let him eat on his own without being pushed around because he's lost some weight. And it's obvious from the earlier video that I shot that he's just lost way too much weight. And, you
So
know.
a lot of this will help. So the second thing that I gave him, the electrolytes, will help him with energy and will rehydrate him. The B vitamin will do the same thing, but it also has a probiotic, so it'll balance out his tummy.
Yeah.
Along with the warmer, getting rid of any parasites that are in there. I did check him for any mites or fleas. He doesn't have any of that. His
Okay.
coat looks really great.
Yeah, his coat does look good. I'm going to spray him for flies right now.
And then the clay gel is actually also to balance out his tummy. It's kind of like us taking a Tums or Pepto-Bismol.
Okay. Well, I'll bring him some water and we'll let him stay in here overnight. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think so.
And we'll just kind of keep a close eye on him. Now, will this have to be re-administered at some point, or is it just a one
So we'll do
time?
a warmer in about 10 days, but we'll pay attention. Those electrolytes we can actually give every 3 hours. So we'll see how he does with them, but the vet told me that we should do it at least once a day while he's in this mode, while he's, recuperating.
Okay.
So that was the one he hated, so I'm sure that's going to be fun on day 2. 3,
Well,
4.
he's small enough where I can still hold him pretty easily.
And he's sweet. He's a gentle
He's a
goat.
good little guy. I know. All right.
We love you, buddy.
We love you, Mr. Huck.